This is another 419 Grind exclusive. You're listening to the 419 Grind Podcast, Toledo's source for exclusive news in music, business, sports, and entertainment.
419 Toledo, this is the 419 Grind Podcast. Today's guest, Julius Darrington from the Darrington Group. Out of Toledo, Ohio. He's moved to California and worked with some great artists out there. And he's coming back to Toledo to do a nice event for us. So artists, musicians, promoters, anybody in the music business should be at this event. So we're here to talk to Julius, as we know him.
Yeah, that's
all good.
Toledo, right? So,
Toledo, Ohio, man. What's up? How y'all doing?
all right.
Good. Miss seeing you out here, man.
Yeah, man. It's been a blessing, man. You know, it's been a grind, like I said, 419 grind. I represent that all day.
Yes, sir.
So what's up? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, for the people who don't know you, I mean, we go way back. We like family. So, for the people who don't know you, tell us a brief bio, like your start here in Toledo, the family, and the music, and how that inspired you to do what you're doing today.
Well, you know, people in Toledo, they may know, some of the, older crowd may know my mom, the group, the Prodigals and all that. My mom had a gospel group, and, she inspired me and, my cousin Tub to get into the music business, you know what I mean? And we really took that seriously. And we've been plugging at it ever since we was in the elementary, And I had a real passion for music. I put out my first project when I was about 21. And that really inspired me to understand that I was in love with the business. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it took that first step. To really understand what my passion really was. I love the arts, I love to create, I love the studio, but I love the business as well. So when I did that, it helped me find myself. So I took that and ran with it, and I ventured out to LA, some years ago, and God blessed me with a lot of great opportunities, and I'm really trying to, play it forward and come back to my city and really share the knowledge.
That's good. That's beautiful. And a lot of us have not yet made or been brave enough to make that trek from, Midwest and the pace that we're used to and accustomed to out here, and to transition to such a big city and such a big market. Can you tell us anything about how that transition was for you and how it affected the change in your lifestyle or anything like that could affect someone else who might be looking forward to making that move sometime in the future?
Like, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with y'all, man. I didn't really have no plan. I just really planned. It was like a 2-week thing. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, something in my spirit told me, if you want to get to the next level, you got to go to LA. You got to go to LA.
You said 2 weeks.
And 2 weeks. I planned 2 weeks to move to LA. And I didn't have no plan. It was just I moved with the energy, and I sold like all my stuff, and just jumped out there. And I wouldn't recommend that to nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I don't believe in luck, but I moved out there and just suddenly got around the right people at the right time.
That's right.
Right.
That's real.
But it's like, when I was in Toledo, I wasn't playing no games. You know what I mean? I wasn't just trying to, do something to say I'm doing it. I was really trying to be, in the industry. I was trying my best to do everything professional. I was trying to push my label and studio and everything like that. So when I moved to LA, it was like confirmation that the things I experienced, it made sense to work with other people who are on that journey as well.
Right.
So it was really it made sense.
Yeah, and I've been following, your story and seeing everything that you've been posting on social media, and it seemed like things started to pick up pretty quickly after you went out there. I know you might have been doing some things behind the scenes, but I mean, what was happening seemed like it happened rather quickly. Would you say that that's an accurate assessment of what's been happening since you went to LA?
It happened quick, but it's not like okay, put it this way. You know, I would encourage anybody to study their market, study whatever there is that they're trying to do. Study it. Because
Yep.
when you study it, you know what moves to make. You know what I mean? And when you become a student of whatever you're doing, you know, anytime you're in the market and you're a student of that market, you can make it make sense. You know what I mean? So I studied the business so much that if I saw a guy walking down the street and he was a secretary at a record company, I would know who he was.
Right.
You know what I
I
mean?
was about to say that, Juice. Like you, when you were here, it was like you were in LA as
Yep.
far as how you
Your
worked.
mindset.
Yeah, your
Yep.
mindset was already there. So I can imagine
Appreciate it.
like you were like once you got to LA, like you had a whole you were already in that mode.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate that, man. You recognizing that because you know, when I moved to LA, it was like I was around other people, other like-minded people
Right.
who were speaking my language. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking their language, but it's like I identified who was who real quick because it's studying for years the industry. You know, who's the A&R over here? Who's the vice president over there? Who's the manager of this artist? Who's that? Who's the publicist? You know, I studied this stuff. So, you know, once I jumped in and went to events and started moving around Hollywood, it was easy for me to connect the dots. You know, so I would suggest anybody, man. You know, if you got a passion for something, just be obsessed with it. So once you get to a point, it's like it's like dress rehearsal. You know what I mean? You understand who is who and what is what. You know.
So
It seemed like,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it seemed like it was quick, but it was really like a 10 to 15 year process. You know what I mean?
Right.
Keep it 100.
Right. And a good journey because, like you say, you've learned so much. And I would imagine that knowledge that you gained over that time has not only opened doors for you to be able to connect with people that are already in the industry, but you've been able to kind of pull people who were trying to come up, maybe some of your proteges, if you will, that you've allowed to be a part of your transition from Toledo to LA. Can you tell us a little bit about those artists as well?
Yeah, you know, like for example, you know, I just restarted my label called Audio Dream Records, but I launched it originally in Toledo, you know, and it's a blessing because, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. I just know I had a passion to do it, and I had the internet. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but I knew I wanted to do it. And when I put out my own project, I wanted to give that energy to another artist to say, hey, I love the meetings. I love meeting with the photographers. I love coming together and putting together a team effort to do something. So, like an artist named Yvonne Sudan, Monique, Sachet, you know, these artists, you know, were some of the first artists. A guy named Felice O'Fay. These artists were some of the first artists that I really engaged in, you know. And since I've been in LA, you know, they still support me. You know, like Yvonne Sudan, she's been to LA. You know, and I've been in the studio with her. I connect her with some people. So it's like I built a family. You know what I mean?
Yes.
People really support what they're doing. We're still on the journey together.
So when you tell us about the local artists, you know, then there's the other end of the spectrum. We've seen you with or have seen you post about different people that you've been working with, people that are well known in the industry. I know that my understanding of who those names are is probably very limited, so I'll allow you to kind of expound on who those people are and what you've done with them.
You go ahead. You tell me.
Well,
Tell me what you know.
Well, I know it's rappers that are new, you know, that I've seen. Some singers that are new. I can't think of any.
Iman Shumpert,
Yeah,
are you still working with him?
That's one of the names that I couldn't remember. But yeah, that young man.
Right, Iman Shumpert. Yeah, but you know, we just started working last summer. You know, BET Cypher because I'm working with King Los.
Okay.
People know who King Los is. He's signed to Bad Boy Records and then moved to RCA, and he's known as one of the best lyricists of all time. You know, so I've been able to be business partners with him and helping with his projects. And he introduced me to Iman and really vouched for me. and being a great guy, a great, person to work with. So me and Iman came up with a, arrangement, to jump on his project. He introduced me to Tiana, and it's been a blessing so far. So we got an album that we're going to be putting out real soon, probably like beginning of the summer, and I'm going to be amped.
Okay. Well, what about like Jeremiah and Gucci Mane and Offset from Migos, Lil Boosie? We these names are
Okay.
some of the names that my kids talk about on a regular basis, and I'm like, yeah, Julius, see, he works with them. So tell us about the
Okay.
projects that
Well,
you're doing with them.
okay. Well, for me to be 100, to even get to the conversation about Jeremiah and Gucci and Lil Boosie and all those, we got to give respect where respect is due, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how it in those circles. And I got
Mm-hmm.
in those circles because of R. Kelly. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know it's a lot of negative negative things going on around his life right now as far as what's going on, and it's very 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 tough situation. But I support him. He's a brother of mine. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
always supporting my for him. But at the same time, I got to give respect where respect is due. You know what I mean? That man opened up the doors for me, gave me the keys to the industry,
Yeah.
and he
Mm-hmm. For
introduced me.
sure.
He introduced me to Jeremiah. He introduced me to, the Boosie and Offset. And my guys, I got a guy named Deadweiler. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Lonnie Deadweiler, Atlanta. Big shout out to him. He was helping me with, a lot of things I was doing with Kels. And he introduced me to a lot of people as well. So, and Wayne Williams at RCA.
Okay.
DJ Wayne Williams.
Yeah, I've been
So I got
hearing
to
that
give
name.
respect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What respect is due, man. So I can't just sit there and say these artists and how did I get here? I got here because of these big homies of mine
Yep.
who saw my drive and they put me on.
Mm-hmm. And regardless of any whatever industry or high profile position that a person is in, everyone has their dark side or the things that they do that might not be um, morally acceptable by the masses, but you can't in my opinion, let that negate the contribution that this man has made to the industry. And because of that, he's able to open doors for other people such as yourself that have come up in the ranks and has the talent and the drive and the know-how, so you whatever anyone can say about it, I just think that is a beautiful thing that you were able to connect with him in order for all
That's
these other doors to get open like
that's
that.
crazy. I mean, that's not crazy. It's just like you went from being Toledo to working with R. Kelly,
Yep.
like a legend. No matter what he's done in his personal life, he's
Right.
still R. Kelly. And it's crazy that I know Julius, or Juice as I call him, uh, from
That's that Rugrat nickname from way back in the day.
right from when we were kids, and you out
Right.
here working with R. Kelly. That's
Yes.
amazing to me.
Yes, it is.
I mean, even with my brother
Yeah,
going out to California, y'all working, and then Tub doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
crazy.
definitely. That's a big shout out to Wani Coleman, Tub, man. They supported me heavily when I moved out to
Yeah.
LA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They really supported. Because they understood. I think my drive. They knew
Right.
I wasn't. So they really supported my journey as well. And even when we going back to saying, about Kels and R. Kelly, it's like, we know he's in a situation right now, a legal situation, and I let the legal process be the process,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, like I said again, I'm gonna always be proud of what he did for me,
Right.
and I'm
Yep.
always happy back based on him being a good brother to me and me witnessing him being a good brother. So, everything things happen for a reason. God don't make mistakes. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But I've learned so much working with artists on that level to where it's like I have so much to teach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so much
Beautiful.
Yeah.
to give back. And it's like I'm still on a journey with myself. I'm still trying to get to a level to where I'm the LA Reid of this decade or the
Mm-hmm.
Diddy of this.
Absolutely.
So I wait till I get there to start bringing people along with me and start teaching what I'm learning. So I've got a passion to teach people how I did it and what I'm doing. Not just
Mm-hmm.
how I did it, but what I'm doing, and how I'm able to cultivate certain relationships and certain opportunities. It's a very strict science to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that sounds like this is the whole premise behind the music workshop that you're doing when you come back to Toledo. Is that correct?
Yes, behind the music workshop is, I have a passion because, when I was living in Toledo, I know what the challenge was. You know what I mean? I identified the challenge. The challenge was simply I had no connection. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like we could be in Toledo, we can make music, we can be on the Juice radio and have songs all day. But it's like we feel quarantined from the industry.
Yeah.
And it's like
no access.
Exactly. It's like whatever we did, it didn't matter. It's like it was a ceiling. So I felt like there was nobody there to really be like a bridge, So now that I got a lot of relationships, I'm learning a lot of connections. I want to start being a bridge to Toledo, and not just come back with myself, come back with people higher up and more successful and even more intelligent than me to break bread with the city. Because I think the city has a lot of talent, but it don't have a lot of opportunities. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I agree.
So that gives me butterflies to do this because I dreamed of somebody doing this when I was there.
Mm-hmm. And this is amazing. I'm looking at the flyer now, and I mean you have on here record deals, music marketing, the music business, get connected, big red font, get connected. That sounds like something that I've heard so many local artists talk about. We need to get connected. Who do we know? Do got connections? That's the only thing that they feel like they need, that they're missing, because they have all this talent and the ability, but the connections is what's lacking. So that's a good opportunity for them to come and learn about this, I'm assuming.
Exactly. I want to help them connect the dots. I want to help artists, not just artists, producers, people who want to learn management, people who want to learn record labels, how to start their own label, people who want to learn PR. It's a lot of different opportunities, for entrepreneurship as well in the music industry. So I want to be someone who, like I said, who's a bridge, who brings the plugs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, we gotta have plugs. We gotta have relationships in this business to live and to be successful. So I understand in Toledo, you're not just gonna walk down the street and run into a Wayne Williams. You know what I mean? You're not gonna just run into, somebody, a DJ Khaled or somebody like that. Somebody deliberately create something for the city to where they can be seen and heard. So that's the passion.
That's what we need. That's for sure.
It's crazy because I think it was 3 years ago I had an interview with DJ one time, and he was talking about like Toledo. Toledo will not be your mecca for music. Toledo will be your start point, but Toledo won't be your mecca. You still have to reach out and go to these other cities and reach out to different and get connected to other people who have access to these
Exposure.
sources. Yeah. So you doing this, you're bringing that access to the artists, musicians, and the people who want to get involved in the music industry that they probably won't even have a chance to get access to at all. So I think this is great for the city. This is great. Yeah.
If you can make it just staying in Toledo without nobody jumping in, then I would have made it. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah.
I was doing everything possible, man. And y'all know, you know what I mean? I was doing everything to just try to get some momentum. It wasn't like, I wanted to make a hit or something like that. I just wanted some momentum to have a chance to have a career. You know what I mean? It wasn't even about me being an artist or me being a label. It was like, hey, I got a passion for this industry. There's got to be something for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And after a point, it was like, okay, I did everything, and there's nothing here that's going to give me a career in music. So I have to venture out and be, stand in the gap for people who want to venture out and represent the city well and really make people proud. So that's like, that's the mission, for this workshop. And not just the workshop, I'm also doing a hip hop summit. I'm working on that right after the workshop. The workshop is get the ball rolling, let people know I'm in the city here. I'm coming back, a couple times a year, and then I want to do the hip hop summit. So it's a lot of things I want to do this year in this decade, towards being standing in the gap for Toledo.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what's going to happen for 2020. And Toledo is, everyone knows about Toledo, but then there's just this mystique and this mystery because it's shrouded in whatever fog that's over this city, and people have to really like shine really bright in order to be seen or be heard. And to have you come back here and do this is I think it's going to be a great opportunity for some local artists to get to learn everything, or at least enough to get started in the right direction. So, can you tell us some details about when and where this event is taking place?
February 1st at the Beacon Dinner Theater, 1664 West Bancroft, lower level, February 1st at 7 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. And register, email indieentertainment@gmail.com.
Okay.
indiemusicentertainment@gmail.com.
Indie music entertainment
@gmail.com.
Okay.
For workshop. But like I said, this is a start of something I think is beautiful. I'm not coming to Toledo trying to get pop in or anything like that. If 50 people come, I'm not trying to, this, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? It's for anybody who want to be successful. It's like, if 50 people come, if 30 people come, it's more than exciting. You know what I mean? Because all it takes is a couple people to really be those next people who can get on and start doing some things, So, I'm not there looking for no big numbers. It's just whoever want to support it and they love and appreciate what I'm doing, I'm highly appreciative of them, So.
Well, we will be posting this flyer to this event on the 419 Grind podcast Facebook page, as well as the 419 Grind Morning Show Facebook page and the general 419 Grind page. So it's going to get a lot of exposure. For the listeners, it's going to be, again, Saturday, February 1st between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. at the Beacon Church at 1604. I need my glasses. Just what does that say?
Beacon Dinner Theater.
Okay.
1664 West Bancroft.
Okay.
Beacon. The Beacon Dinner Theater, lower level, 1664 West Bancroft, Toledo, Ohio.
Okay, and so there's a registration fee, $50 registration fee. They'll call that number, or do they email you for information on how to register?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the email indiemusicentertainment@gmail.com, or just contact me directly on Facebook or Instagram. Or Monique Tache in Toledo, contact her. She will walk you through the process. But we really want to get people to understand that this is something we want to do continually, and we want to be a success. So, the registration is there, so we can continue doing this, and we can make it, nice for everybody.
Right. I mean, the topics that I'm just going to go briefly over the topics that are listed here: how to market your music, how to get major label attention, music business in the digital age, understanding music publicity, and music entrepreneurship. I think that a $50 registration for something so priceless is worth it. I don't think anyone who's serious about being in the business would have any problem coming in that and
not for
investing
$50.
Yeah, that's priceless information for sure.
And I just feel like, the things I'm going to be talking about, they're real-time information. It's real-time information. It's not something you can Google real quick. You know what I mean? I'm going to give people an understanding of the climate and the texture of being in this industry. There's certain unwritten rules that you got to follow and certain things you got to understand to even be able to capitalize on an opportunity. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And if that I've gained that information based off experience alone. It's not just about working with celebrities and stuff like that. It's like you got to know how to work with a celebrity. You know what I mean? You got to know how to approach someone who's been in the industry for 25 years and got Grammys and every kind of award you think. You got to know how to approach these people. You got to know how to bridge the gap and understand and identify their personalities and figure out a way that you can serve them.
Right.
The entrepreneurship aspect of music is all about service. It's all about providing something to help something. So people got to have that mindset. I'm going to be teaching and talking directly about really what the details behind that is.
Well, I find you to be very smart, savvy, down to earth, well cultured, all of that. You know, we go way back. So I'm really saying this from the heart. I'm proud of you. I'm glad to see that you've done so much over your career and that you're willing to give back to the community. Your mom will be proud.
That's the thing though. It's like some people will leave and not even provide any kind of vision or understanding to other people who want to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
go ahead.
Right. I just spiritually don't feel right, not coming back and doing something because this is a new decade, and it's like I just think it's bougie to get around these people.
Right.
I'm serious. It's like I be having conversations with people and doing things, and I'm like, man, somebody from Toledo would really appreciate this phone call I just got. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
Somebody in Toledo would really be excited about this place I'm about to go right now, But you hear, here in LA, it's like it's normal. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like Christmas. Like a lot of us, we get kids. When we have Christmas, we don't do Christmas because we feel like our kids, they just deserve gifts. We love the excitement they get.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, wow, this is a nice gift. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yep.
I feel the same thing about Toledo. I know the grind. Like I know the grind. I worked at lower class. You know what I mean? I know the grind to thrive in Toledo. And it's like a lot of people don't even have the time to dedicate holistically into bringing success to themselves because they only got a couple days a week to live.
Yep.
So it's like, why not spend that weekend with clubs? Why not spend that weekend with real record executives, with real people who really got opportunities? You know what I mean? I got projects I'm working on. I'm looking for producers. I mean, creating opportunities for producers here in LA. And I'm like, man, I know some producers in Toledo.
Yeah.
That would love to get on this album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Good ones too. Yeah.
So that's what I feel like doing that. I really feel like I will feel whole if I set something up, a couple times a year, once a year for Toledo to really be able to shine,
That's beautiful.
It will be a good thing if you, Tub, and Wani came back and we just put together a music and arts seminar.
Yeah.
Kind of like
a
conference to do
that'd be amazing.
All parts of the arts.
Yeah.
Not just
amazing.
music. You got acting, you got producing, you got podcasts, you got
with performances.
Right. Yeah. Music, video production, the music production, like everything. So, I mean, we got the tools, we got the knowledge for it.
Yep.
Why not?
I agree.
Tell you, man. We got it, man. And this one thing I tell people all the time about Toledo. It's like, there's no distractions in Toledo. You got to go to work and you got to go home.
That's it.
True. That's it.
That's why people in Toledo are so talented because we don't have a lot of distractions. Like, go to a club, go to Walmart, go to the mall, go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so a lot of us, like me, I was tired of going to the mall. I'm tired of going to Walmart.
Yeah.
So it was like I stayed at the house. I got on the internet. I studied and studied. So that's why I think a lot of people in Toledo are very talented. And I get so much pride when I go to these meetings with these artists, and I call Tub and say, "Hey, come to the studio, man," and he come and blow them away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, that's a Toledo.
Right.
You know what I mean? Y'all don't want to be from the trap. You know what I mean? And they, I love doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a lot more opportunities to do that more, this year for other people.
For sure.
So, I'm excited, man. I'm telling y'all, it's like,
me too.
Yeah.
It like right now, it's a perfect time to do it. Because right now people are feeling like, okay, it's 2020.
Everybody's excited about 2020.
Let's restart the decade and start off good.
Right.
This right here is like a perfect tool for people to jump on and get them going. So
and I think it also weeds out those that might not be as serious and as dedicated to grinding in order to get where they need to be. Yep.
Well, they'll jump. Because it's like this workshop, like I said, if 20 people come, if 50 people come, it's like that's the pebble that we're going to use
right.
and start the ripple effect. Because at the end of the day, people don't want to be left out. I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring more people. I'm gonna bring my super friends with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, it's like I'm gonna show my city. You know, I brag all the time. Like, y'all don't have Gino. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what y'all talk about. I don't care how many cities we go to. There is no Gino nowhere else.
Right.
You know,
Nope.
and it's like that's the feeling I got about Toledo. It's like, you know, there's only one Toledo. It's only one place that's so small that got so many different, you know, diamonds in that city. You know what I mean? Like every day, you know, so many diamonds have come out of the city. You know, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
And I want to capitalize on that and really create something to where they can shine. You know,
that's beautiful.
Real talk.
Beautiful. I know. Yep. Yes. I'm inspired and I ain't even really doing nothing, you know?
But no, we are doing something. This is it, though.
This is it. Yep.
This is it right here. The podcast is something that, you know, that we've been trying to do for years. We just haven't did it.
Yep.
So I think this is a tool. Your workshop is, we're going to be there too. So that's part of something that we want to be a part of. So for the 419 grind will be a sponsor
for sure
for the workshop. So yeah, we'll be there.
Keep going. The more people and the more situations I bring to the city, the more opportunities for the 419 grind to have to use their platform to, you know, cross market.
Right.
You know,
beautiful.
Other people I'm going to be bringing. You know, like I said, working on bringing King Los next. You know what I mean, to the city.
Yeah.
You know, they can look him up. King Los is one of the best ever. You know, and that's the next project right after this workshop.
Okay.
Cool.
Looking forward to it, man. Like, for real. Like, hopefully when you get here, we can do another podcast with you in the building. So
live in studio.
Okay.
Yep.
So we can work that out when you get here.
Excited.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too. Well, thank you so much, Julius. Go ahead.
I'll see you guys February 1st. You know, everybody want to come. You guys register. You know, and 419 grind. Y'all know what it is.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
we family. And I appreciate the platform. Appreciate the support. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. Trust me.
Yeah, appreciate you though.
Yeah,
for real.
we here. We love you, and we look forward to seeing you.
Yes. Okay. 419 grind, man. Appreciate you guys' time, and I'll see you guys February 1st.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sweet. So that was Julius Darrington of the Darrington Group, and this was the 419 Grind podcast exclusive for first of 2020. As a matter of fact, right? Or do we have?
Well, no, there was the first episode. This is the first exclusive interview that we've done on the podcast. So you can view or listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play, the website 419grind.com. So stay tuned for more. We'll have more podcasts coming up in this month, and some exciting shows that we're going to do. Rise and Grind Morning Show will be aired soon, so stay tuned. And share with your friends, and we're going to have some giveaways and exclusive opportunities for our dedicated listeners as well, so stay tuned.
Rep your city. Visit us online at the419grind.com.